Okay, then we'll do that thing, and then this thing, and then that thing. All right. Now, we should be able to finish this game today. I downloaded some other little things to mess around with afterwards. Ah, Hater's here. Good. Steady's is here too, but she hasn't said anything yet. And the only way I know is because I can hear myself behind myself. That's a fucking existential crisis for you. I don't want to hit start until I see either the hydrate or the stretch that's going to be coming from her, because I know it's coming. No, nobody could hear you listening to Scottish stand-ups talking about masturbation. It's okay. Or making your own personal sex tapes. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I was watching the thing. Goddamn, fuck people. What do we got? 3 hydrates, a dad joke, and a pet the dog. All right, y'all chill here for a minute while I pet the dog. It's just a typical Monday. Loud Scottish women talking about flicking their beans. All right. Then we had you saw what she said. You saw what she said.
I know this is funny because I'm your dad.
There's not many times though in our relationship that she's been watching something on her
with your hand. Have you opened the eye within and reached out to touch yourself? Because if you haven't, you are running out of time.
There's not many times in our relationship that she I mean, there are times that she will be watching something on her phone and I will not be really paying attention, but then they will say something and I will have to be like, what the fuck are you watching? Okay, so we wanted a 3 on that joke. Is that right? Yeah, okay, so. Oh, Jesus. What did the pencil say to the paper? I dot my eyes on you. Yes. Okay, there was a stretch, right? There's a stretch. Kind of run over the cat. All right, join me for the stretch. Come on. Hater, grab your weights. Oh, why am I not talking to what I'm doing? All right. Clasp your wrists. Oh, you getting up to join? All right, good. Well, hold on a second. We're going to get Steady's involved. All right. Clasp your wrists. Point your palms towards the ceiling and push up. Then we're going to go to the right. And then we're going to go to the left. And then we're going to go back. Down to the old Tootsie Toesies. Come back up. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. What? Roll forward 3 times. You can't do that with a cat.
No, I can't.
Roll your neck clockwise 3 times. Oh.
All right.
I don't think they were.
Yeah.
They didn't good.
Mine's that good.
No, it's not that good anymore. We put a sound gate on these things. It can't hear the fan. It didn't hear that.
I didn't think it.
Shit. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 300. Now posture check. Goddamn. Well, my new chair actually should help me with my posture checks. That's just technically free pointage. I gotta check to see if you guys can hear when I adjust this chair because it's kind of loud.
Be cracking my back.
Man, it's not really picking up on the mic. Oh, Ken is here too. The new chair's good. I'm liking it. Lets me stay seated straight when I start leaning forward in certain ways because of the armrests. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. How you doing, Kenna? I missed when you came in. I'm sorry.
Well, in detail. The type of detail that should present no problem to a man who is actually capable of building a bomb, which I suspect would be an entirely different man to one who cheated on his entrance exams for the cosmonaut program.
I thought we got past this. Yeah, we got past this. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, my bad. Here we go. Never mind. Start small. Well, yeah, Rex starts college in I think he said a couple of weeks. So just making sure that wasn't the dog. So I'm excited for that. It sounds like he might actually have a teacher that I had back in the day. I'll have to wait and see till I get the full name of his teachers. He just threw one last name at me. I was like, I think I remember that one.
Let us recap. 3 years ago, you were sent to the center of the Earth as part of a top-secret mission to ensure the delivery of Little Orpheus, an atomic-powered capsule. You promptly vanished until you casually wandered up to Molodiyozhnaya station 3 years later, claiming to have saved the world but lost Little Orpheus in the process. Is this correct?
Yes, General, it is, but...
You are charged with many crimes against the state, including desertion, lying to a superior officer, and sedition. Any one of these charges bears the punishment of execution by firing squad.
Yeah. Iggy, I would suggest that if you do get to that pointage, wait until I do a horror game.
General, you must be reasonable. I did my best. It's all true, I swear. I swear upon the lives of my family.
Oh, do you? Auntie Marcia and Uncle Vanya, the traveling tinker and the pig dentist, or perhaps Cousin Pavel, the criminal mastermind with the unhealthy taste for eggs. How stupid do you think I am, Comrade Devalov?
Hell of a fall. Oh, if you guys have not seen Shark Dentist. Wait. Oh, right.
Subtayu, it is all true.
Maybe your toy maker, or was it watchmaker, Faza, who apparently taught you all he knew, despite being killed when you were less than 5 years old.
I was a fast learner?
If you guys haven't seen
You
Shark
had precisely
Dentist.
1 minute to convince me not to summon the guards and have you shot on the spot.
A minute? A lifetime. It's all I need, General.
If you haven't seen Shark Dentist, look it up. Jesus Christ, this fucking game kept interrupting me. There you go.
I was astounded. My father, I told you, I think I told you, he was a toy maker, and he often played with clockwork parts.
Tavarish.
But this made all those childhood wonders pale into insignificance. And it was fortunate indeed that my uncle...
Vanya, the pig dentist?
No, my other uncle, Sasha, had taken me mountaineering in the Urals during my childhood, for it was only by scaling these giant mechanical parts that I would reach Little Orpheus.
Yes, I had been thinking that it seems awfully convenient that you were such an accomplished climber, I don't, however, recall any mention of this Uncle Sasha in your file.
He was a very private
He was a
man.
very unlikely man.
That was Uncle Sasha's blessing and his curse.
It makes me think this is a clock tower, or not clock, fucking Castlevania game with the clock tower level in it. Okay. I don't understand how that works. I must be missing something. Okay. How did he not get squirted? Okay. I have not yet played A Plague Tale. I need to play that. I can, and I will. Steady it says the first one, I have the second one. Whoop, shit. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, yeah, either way, we have both of them. Doesn't matter who has what now. Shit, fuck. Oh, good.
Those great wheels and cogs clashed and boomed. The vast hands of all time crunching forever and ever around.
Ivan Ivanovich.
Pendulums and springs and great big wheels and tiny little wheels.
Tavarish Privalov, stop.
Though at least the Menk were not here, especially as they seemed to infest the world below the surface. Menkf, Menkf everywhere. Menkf, Menkf, Menkf. Many Menkf. Menkf aplenty. Menkf.
You are a bambling, comrade. Enough.
So, I will be playing the Virgil DLC the next time I stream. Because that will take one stream. I was going to try to jump on top of this. I'm so glad I saw that rope. That would have been frustrating. Huh. I looked it up on how long to beat. Should only take about 2 hours. So for me, it should take about 3 hours. Did you what? 1 week? What? Oh, fuck.
Where was Toll? Aha! High above. On the clock face, perhaps. With his radios and his crystals. Now, if I could just reach him, I could use the bomb.
There is no bomb. You have no idea how to make a bomb. You have no idea about how to do
yes.
anything one might actually expect of a cosmonaut.
The bomb?
Ivan Ivanovich!
General?
Time is up. Stop talking, Tavarish. You don't know what happens next. It is obvious. You've done very well. I applaud you for your efforts and your story. It is a wonderful tale, Comrade Privalov. I have enjoyed it immensely. But every story needs an ending. And it is clear yours does not have one.
I just need more time.
I think that even if I gave you all the time in the world, it would not be enough.
No, General. I can do this. That is, I remember what happens next. I just need to catch my breath and compose myself.
We both know how this story ends, comrade.
But little Orpheus, you haven't heard what happened.
We will find out soon enough. You will be executed, and another expedition will be sent.
No, you cannot. You cannot. We must never go back. You don't understand.
Make me, then. Make me understand. I am a kind man, although you may not believe this. I do not want to have you shot. So help me. Make me understand. Tell me what happened to little Orpheus.
What the fuck?
It was.
Ivan Ivanovich?
It was. It was. No. I'm sorry, General. I'm sorry, I have no idea. You are right. I simply cannot think what happened next. It's just a blank, General. There's nothing there. I am very tired, you see.
Comrade Privalov. Ivan.
You're right. It's over, General. Perhaps you would be so kind as to write to my mother for me.
Of course I will.
You are a kind man, as you have said. And, General,
Yes, Ivan.
was it a good story?
Oh, yes. It was an excellent story.
Thank you, General. I am just sorry I couldn't give you an ending.
Unless...
General?
Quiet, Tovarish. I am thinking. Unless... I seem to remember that there were many problems with little Orpheus during production.
General?
Problems with the casing around the atomic battery. Concerns.
Concerns, General?
Yes, concerns. Unlikely though that might be. Yeah, it seems if I remember that it failed to secure properly. A sharp blow could spring the hatch and expose the fragile casing of the bomb to any would-be vandal.
I'm not sure I follow you.
A resourceful yet forgetful hero might, one would think, take advantage of that fact.
But how, General? Where would I find something to strike it with?
The son of a watchmaker would easily find something within a giant clock mechanism that resembled a hammer, surely.
A hammer? Why, yes, General. I do remember now. I grasped the hammer-shaped thingamabob.
Let's just agree it was a hammer, Ivan.
Yes, of course. Let's do that. I recovered my senses, shook my head, and looked about me. In my distracted stupor, I had climbed further up the tower than I ever thought possible. In front of me was the clock face, and I gazed out through it at the sheer expanse of history. And I knew whatever happened next. Happened next?
The hand of destiny had fallen upon your shoulder.
Yes! It had. And what an extraordinary hand it was.
Yo, what the fuck? Okay. What in the fucking Rasputin? That's a Devil May Cry boss fight if I ever did done seed one. Woo, motherfucker. Fuck this fucking... What the fuck? Okay, cool.
And so, Tol was defeated. Little Orpheus destroyed. The bomb lost forever.
Not just that, General. In that moment, time sprang back to its proper shape, and I found myself once more in Plutonia, as the start of my journey. But the wound in the interior sky was gone. The drill was gone. It was as if I had never been here. And they were nymph, free and happy, without the tyranny of toll, free to pursue their simple lives.
But we can never go back?
Never, General. One drill, one metal sphere, one lone cosmonaut was nearly enough to destroy time and unleash the tyrant toll upon our world. Who would think an innocuous beeping radio housed in a ball of metal could change the world so dramatically?
Who indeed? But tell me, what of you? And what of your return to the surface?
I stayed amongst the Myenkf for as long as I could. But I came to realize they had begun to worship me as a king. No, General. I am a good socialist and could not allow this workers' paradise to become corrupted. And so I left that wonderful land for the last time.
And then?
And then I walked. For 2 years I wandered, always looking for a way home, through lands and worlds almost beyond imagination. Until one day, I emerged, blinking into sunlight, and realized I was home.
Until one day I emerged, just like that? You just found your way back to the surface?
Well, General, it was a little more complicated than that. There were great obstacles to overcome, and terrible challenges to face, and incredible lands to explore.
Enough. Little Orpheus is lost forever. The interior is sealed. You have returned with a story of socialism, triumphing over incredible odds. It is, as I said, enough for one night. Enough for my report, at least.
General, if I may...
Comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov, you are found guilty of all charges brought against you and sentenced to execution by firing squad. However, having listened to your story, I believe you are quite mad. In other words, I find your madness guilty, not you. And we cannot execute madness. And indeed, there are lessons to be learned, even in the depths of this madness. Perhaps the Americans were right to send the chimp after all.
So, General?
Get out of my sight, Ivan. Go home. Enjoy a state pension as a madman. Just make sure I never see you again.
Yes, General. Of course, General. Anything you say. I shall be small and quiet and live a life without excitement and...
Out! Until one day I just emerged. Oh, very good, Tavarish. Very good indeed.
Thought there was another episode. Is that crazy?
Laika.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, I was right. There is another episode. Okay. Oh, it's bonus episode. Okay, well, whatever. Well, we're still doing it.
Who's the best space dog? Oh, где моя хорошая, хорошенькая моя, ты просто космическая. Eh? Who's the best hairy cosmonaut? It is indeed a lovely sunset, and it reminds me of the skies of Peru. I didn't? I never told you about the wonderful Sky City? Well, it was an extraordinary place, but one filled with dangers. Well, it might have been simple for you to cross it, but you were in a space capsule. I had to rely on my own 2 feet, my noshki. Feet which, I might add, had just crossed the interior, beaten the villain Toll, and helped inspire the Myenk to a workers' revolution. Oh, that's all very easy for you to say, but your idea of civilized behavior is licking your own bottom in public. No. My adventures above the clouds were filled with untold dangers, death-defying escapes, and some really quite extraordinarily large Bielorybitsa.
That dog looks like an
And it
animatronic.
happened like this. Weeks had passed since I left Plutonia, and one evening, exhausted, I simply fell asleep at the foot of a strange windmill. And when I awoke, well, that thought didn't cross my mind. I was exhausted after all. This is beside the point, my nosy canine friend. What matters is this. When I awoke, the windmill and the ground around it had been carried high into the air. What magic
Columbia.
was this? Что за магия? As unlikely, perhaps, as a suitcase-sized dog orbiting the center of the Earth for
Oh
many
shit, it
years.
is Columbia.
Quite.
I do not think that would work the
Quick
way
as a
that you think
flash,
that works.
Kakmonia, my training leapt into play, and I began to paddle the strange contraption through the clouds in search of answers. It is entirely possible that a miller who owns a windmill capable of levitating high into the air may also own a flying machine.
Oh, now you're just being silly. May I continue my recounting of how I sailed over the sky gardens towards the mystical city of Peru?
Might I advise you,
I
Iggy, that
must,
science
my
is a
muy
liar
fatigued.
sometimes.
I must.
Just waiting to see Songbird come flying out. Vox Populi or Comstock propaganda starts showing up. No, don't. No. No. That's not how that. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess technically, in a closed
What
environment.
powerful emanations! What mighty gusts! What an epic squall! They reminded me of Cousin Pavel, yes! But whereas his rearward zephyrs could curdle milk and tarnish the teaspoons, these magical wafts only serve to carry me aloft and onwards.
I don't think you'll find an airstream that strong coming up from the ground in nature to be able to lift a human. A human that is not wearing anything that would also help with them. What are we doing? All the way around? Okay. This fucking Alice Madness Returns fucking air fucking vent bullshit.
But something was afoot in the gardens of Perun. This horrid muck staining the surfaces and making my nose curl. Yes, it was positively Pavelian in scent. But it did not belong here. I think I once told you of Auntie Masha's passionate encounter in a cable car with the manganese entrepreneur from Chiatura. Now, Auntie Masha told me that there was a disagreeable stain and smell all around those factories and smelting works. Our industry is not without its dangers. Could it be that the once bucolic gardens of Perun were being corrupted by unchecked pollution? After all, science is a double-edged sword, my bristly confidant. Consider Demikhov. Of course. I apologize. Proшу прощения. Two-headed dogs is perhaps a rather insensitive analogy, but not without justification in this instance. I have seen the blemished lands around Norilsk, but I could not believe that I would find such pollution here. But this was nothing to the true horror of what was shortly to unfold.
I mean, it's in Russia. Isn't Russia cold all the time? It's what movies have taught me. Every time we're in Russia, it's snowing, so it's cold all the time, right? Yeah, it's in the movie. That makes it fact. They have seasons. Well, yeah, I mean, but how hot and how cold? What fucking shadow jutsu shit did I just cast? What the hell? Okay. Oh.
That terrible strashnaya machina, spewing its poison into the air, had created a monstrous thing. A being. a malignant spoiler of the noble and pure, and it had taken on the form of its prey. Well, of course. No, конечно, I was the prey. The citizens of Perun had clearly long since fled the evilly sentient smog, but I inadvertently wandered into its lair. Oh, I know. Misfortune seemed to dog... Oh, sorry, I do apologize. To follow my every footstep. But no time to ponder, no time to bemoan the hand that fate had dealt me. No, all that was on my mind was escape, конечно.
They have winter, mud season, and a few months they can scale an invasion. I mean, there is a potential that that was either a sentient fart, or that was the main antagonist from Fern Gully, just taking on a new form.
Yes, it was most interesting. The windmill seemed to be from an earlier age. Perhaps this was a devastating warning of the destructive power of unfettered industrialization. I most certainly had not forgotten about the windmills. I did not get carried away. You are missing the point. Perhaps because you are only a small dog. Oh, a brilliant, brave, spacefaring dog, of course, but a small Savashka nonetheless. If you perhaps listened more and interrupted less, I am just getting to the explanation of the windmills.
I mean, there's Tim Curry. Tim Curry's just hot. Anyway. You know, Frankenfurter, The Darkness. We're going up in that tube. Oh, nope. He's coming out of that tube.
My
All right, cool.
stinky nemesis was back. But more interesting was the change in the city.
Yeah, okay. I had to see what would happen.
My stinky nemesis was back. But more interesting was the change in the city. The windmills were fading out, clearly obsoleted, mothballed, relics. Instead, a sense of an obsession with power was apparent. Vast engines, terrible machines, ever hungry and reliant on the rapid consumption of fuel, the production of toxic fumes and choking gases. Pride, my pushisti compadre, pride, ambitia, ambition, the dark side of science. Zemechov's had too many. Don't be ridiculous, dog. Only a Durak with the intellectual capacity of a ringworm would think windmills are in any way harmful.
Can't remember if Ferngully was the first time I heard his voice or if it was Legend. But it was like the movie that I was like, oh, this man can act. Much like, what was it? Tommy Lee Jones, when I saw him in The Fugitive. I became greatly enamored with him. I'm telling you, it's fucking Colombia. I'm not afraid of clowns. I could see how that would make somebody afraid of clowns. I'm not afraid of clowns. I am afraid of dolls, though. And that comes from Poltergeist. I can say that with 100% certainty. And I think that's why it never really, like, The original It with Tim Curry. We're gonna die. Yep. Am I gonna have to... Will it go fast enough? Okay. It was all a me thing. It was just scary enough for the age that I was like, oh man, I love this.
Of course, you never had much of a chance to travel. Sarcasm doesn't suit you. You don't have the tail for it. You do, at least, have a tail. Mind you, family gossip maintained that so did Uncle Rabliem. Although it was apparently little more than a stub, and a source of considerable discomfort and social anxiety for him. The question of whether or not Uncle Rabliem wagged his stub is very much off topic. What I am trying to say is that your upbringing on the streets of Moscow meant you never saw the blackened fields of Magnitogorsk. The sacrifices made by the valiant citizens of that industrial heartland, as they drowned in their own blight, even as they powered the state forwards. I was reminded of Magnitogorsk as I wandered through those fields of pipes and foundries, and I wept for the loss of innocence that so often goes hand in hand with progress.
Puppet Master never really scared me. They seem too goofy. I did like, I think what was his name? Switchblade? That was always my favorite one. Oh, and in the later ones, the six-armed cowboy. That one was pretty good. And it's usually not movies that can get me really good with dolls. It's usually games. Like when a game has a doll in it, that shit'll fucking tear me up. Like Layers of Fear. Come on, get your hip in place. I really hope I'm not trying to catch that balloon there. The movie that fucked me up as a kid, though, was Hellraiser. I should not have seen that movie with how young I was when I saw that movie.
Indeed. I just evaded the slimy, oily grasp of that man-made Vadzinoy, his petroleum stink clogging my nostrils and making my head thump. And I felt a great stirring within me. Yes, much like I assume Cousin Pavel. May he never get loose again. But no, quite different. This was no volcanic upbubbling of gastric malintent. No, it was the roaring fires of justice once more ignited within me. I felt a swell of patriotic fervor and knew the hand of destiny had fallen on me once more. Yes, what a hand it was. I could not see this great wonder sink into an abyss of poison and bile. The Perunians may have been forced to abandon their city, but I had saved the world once before and was ready to answer the call again.
My parents didn't give a shit about ratings or anything like that. The only time they got weirded out was nudity and sex scenes. Like, I saw RoboCop in the theaters. I saw Predator in the theaters. I saw Conan. What's another? Lethal Weapons. Trying to think of any others that come off the top of my head. Dances with Wolves was a movie that you shouldn't take a kid to, by the way. I was bored out of my fucking mind.
what strange metal Bielaribitsa clearly designed to swim through the air? I was amazed. And there was more. Beneath the fins, I
Pokemon Ping?
spotted the apertures of hoses and was reminded of the time Auntie Agrafina devised a contraption to water all of her copious algae beds simultaneously with one flush of the toilet by a system of pipes and valves that ran throughout her house. Można tak сказать, in a manner of speaking, yes. Her algae were most irrigated, although her neighbor Victor was washing his trousers in the sink at the time and was bruised quite severely about the face and body. But these were no ordinary flying metal fish. They were designed to expel air, fresh air, and push back the polluted clouds.
It's a nice looking handle. No, I have not played Dalmer. What is Dalmer? Is it a horror game? Is it a Souls-like? Give me the rundown. Oh.
There is, of course, a fine tradition of looking to nature to solve problems of a scientific or military persuasion. Yes, as you well know. My nephew, Sergei... Yes, the very same. Poor lad with his dermatological eruptions. Well, Sergei was stationed recently at Kazachya Buchta, where dolphins were being trained as brilliant aquatic agents of socialism. Why not then be inspired by marine life? Why, there is a fish, I have heard, that can shoot jets of water from beneath the surface to knock its prey off little tiny twigs and into its mouth. If you were to tell the average mushroom sheriff that a dog would orbit the Earth, I suspect you would receive a similarly sneering response. No, that is because you are a small, hairy hound of uncertain parentage. I, on the other hand, am a cosmonaut, the product of many months of training, and I realized the answer to pollution was here all along. The Peronians, tragically, had simply never had time to finish their fleet. If only I could find a working flying fish. If only. If only. Yes.
God damn it, I held the
if
button
only.
too long. That does sound kind of interesting, but that does also sound like... I don't want to say like Five Nights at Freddy's, but it sounds like something that would be similar to Five Nights at Freddy's. Is it a jump scare game, or is it like a legitimate, like, a spooky spook? I still don't know exactly how, but we will. In the Me or Steadies, we're gonna figure out how to play that shark dentist at some
It
point.
made perfect sense, of course. The poisonous tuhatas that engulfed Barun was like a nasty cold. And you know what to do with a cold to rid yourself of it. You may not get colds, but nor can you operate pea-shelling machinery. So don't
$5
get
on Steam,
ideas
that's
above
not
your
bad.
station. We humans, on the other hand, may produce up to 16 million perfectly unshelled peas in an average shift. But we are martyrs to our sinuses. But to clear them, aha! These are remedies we Russians have been perfecting over the long centuries of harsh winters. Onions. A quick snifter of onion oil will clear your head faster than a Pragviev can clear a hypothetical minefield. Yes, if I could find a functional fish, I would become that onion.
Functional fish. I think that's going to be my ongoing catchphrase now. If only I could find a functional fish. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that then. If anything, I'll put it on my wish list and see if it drops in price or something like that. Is it gonna be lights out? No. I have a few horror games that we're gonna get to. Ah, God damn it! I held the button too long. I do have a few horror games that we're gonna get to. Most recent one that came out was Post Trauma. Next one I believe is Homebody. Well, that was Looney Toony. Looney Toony, fresh and fruity. Oh, am I gonna have to?
Close.
Oh God, I gotta get
Feel
this.
it. Yes, yes, the working fish, the ribka. I could feel I was at the heart of Perun, and my noxious pursuer had renewed its chase with a terrible vigor.
They're so temperamental when it comes to the area that I could stop and press the button to spin the thing. So. At least it let me run faster than him. Getting up quick. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Not far now. I just had to keep going, keep pushing. It's almost as if you knew, Pavel. Uncanny. Not yet.
Yes. I also want to play that. I'm not sure if that's going to be a stream type game, though.
A beautiful sight. Her scales shimmering in the sunlight, her fins poised for action, her onion cannons primed for a great aerial conflict unseen in the annals of human endeavor. And you are just jealous it was a bigger flying machine than yours. No, my bilious pal. It was time for science to fight back. Yes, my hairy compatriot. Paechale. Onwards to victory!
Please tell me it turns into like a Star Fox. Or a shmup. Oh my God, would this be... Stop with the sea science. It's not... It is a shmup. God, it is fast and slippery. Oh, what? Am I supposed to go in its mouth? What the fuck? Ah. We're starting from the beginning? Yep. God damn it. Stop smacking into things, goober. Fuck. I use the... Sometimes I wish games would let me use the D-pad.
It was a miracle. I found myself swooping through beautiful clear skies, the strange interior sunlight gleaming on the sides of my fishy vessel. I heard birds clear their little throats and begin their wondrous gvalt, the wind gently humming on the fins. And then, all of a sudden, under it all, well, you see, in my hurry, it didn't even occur to me to check how much fuel was carried in the strange craft. With a horrible splutter, the engines choked and died. And suddenly we were plummeting downwards towards our doom. I did not. A simple mistake that many have made. Why, my Aunt Agrafina met her untimely demise being late for a fungal sculpting seminar and making exactly the same error. Only, unfortunately, it left her stranded in sub-zero temperatures just outside Pravachitsinsk. She wasn't found until 18 years after her own funeral, but was perfectly preserved. Remarkable, really. It is beside the point, yes. So, there I was. My fabulous ship had become a terrible prison. I was hurtling to my almost certain death. My triumph turned to tragedy. But then... Well, you know what happened next. Even so, mooi magnati droog. That is a story for another time. A most extraordinary story, of course, filled with dangers and wonders, and canals, and invasions, and strange doorways to other worlds. But perhaps too long a story for now. Yes, indeed, my canine tavarish. Time for soup. Auntie Agrafina's famous borscht. Coming? You know, I think you really did have the happier time in Peru. The benefits of being a suitcase-sized dog in a little space machine, perhaps. Yes, the correct term is indeed capsule, as I told the general once. Why, a letter just the other week? He's thinking of retiring, he says. Yes, and moving to Bashkiria to nurture bees. Bees? Surprised me too. I thought if animal husbandry was to be his passion, it would be a large, manly animal like elk, or bears, or a caban. Perhaps the bees he is thinking of are particularly militaristic. Or stingy, yes. Did you want bread with your soup? In which case, there's half a tin of old beef you could also finish. Somewhat gray, but I'm sure it won't taste awful. Yes, my four-legged associate. Now, did I ever tell you the story of when Uncle Rablien got his stub ensnared in the seat of a wicker chair in the finest fish restaurant in the whole of Taliatsia?
Okay. Now he's finally done talking. We did it. We did all the stuff. Well, we did most of the stuff. We didn't go back to the levels and capture the collectibles that they didn't have active when you were playing the level, which didn't. I don't know. That's weird to me. Maybe I'll come back to it another time and try to collect all that shit and run around in a goofy outfit. We definitely ain't doing it now. I'll tell you that much. End of the game stretch. I'll give you an end of the game stretch and a hydrate. Because I'm also gonna. We finished the game. I get a whiskey. Yeah. So let's do this. We're gonna pop up the beer right back. Sorry, that's gonna happen now. Well, because of that fucking game, I'm gonna keep slipping in and out of a accent. Tifa, can you not? Tifa, can you not? I forget what the name. No, Tifa was just